Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Moonlight Vlogs, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and on this channel I like to talk about everything handmade, homemade, and cozy. Today, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite things, and that's routines, and how you can make your own routine and completely customize it and readjust it to your life and stage of living. I decided that the notes that I wrote are a little bit long and lengthy, and I did that on purpose because I want this to be pretty in-depth, but I find it kind of hard to look at the camera with as much as I need to say that I want to make sure I'm saying correctly. I think I'm just having one of those days where it's really hard to talk from bullet points because clearly I'm talking perfectly fine right now. So I'm going to be crocheting, and I'm gonna have the camera directed at my hands so you guys can just watch me crochet in real time and listen to whatever I have to say. Hopefully you guys like this. I think it will be kind of interesting. I think another hook just fell off the wall. Without further ado, let's get to hooking, talking about routines, because I could talk about those all day. Before we get started, I just want to let you know I'm working on a campfire cardigan. I started it like a year ago, and I am almost done, kind of. But anyways, it's just a granny stitch, and it's pretty simple. I will be jumping into my notes now. So the first place to start off when planning out a routine and figuring out what you want to do for yourself is to figure out what habits need to be prioritized. I like to separate habits into 4 different categories. 2 of them are yes keeps and 2 of them are no. So the categories are need to do's, want to do's, should be's, and do not want. The need to do habits are eating, sleeping, moving, hygiene, childcare / animal care, and mental health care. There are probably some other need to do's depending on who you are and your lifestyle, but I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory that need to do is, you know, meeting all of your base needs and making sure that you have the energy and the well-being to move on to the tasks that you want to be doing and the life that you want to be living. The want to do habits are gonna vary wildly between person to person and even just like different times of life. And these are things that make you excited to do them or help you do something that you're excited to do. Whether it is writing a book or learning a new skill, it's something that you look at and you just get excited. It should bring you joy, whatever it is that you want to do. The should be habits are anything that are from an exterior influence that tells you that you should be doing, but it's not something that you actually feel like you need to be doing or even want to be doing. Maybe it doesn't promote your happiness or it doesn't push you towards a goal that you already had for yourself. There are times where it's cool to try out a habit that you think you should be trying just to see if it works for you. I'm totally all for that, but you shouldn't try an activity because someone on the internet told you it's a great idea and that it works for them when it doesn't seem like it would work for you. I don't know the best way to phrase that other than like trust your gut. If it's something that you say you should be doing but you have no interest in doing, just let it go. It's perfectly fine to not have something that works for you, or not to be doing something that doesn't work for you, I should say. The last category is do not want. These are the habits that you are currently doing that you don't want to be doing. And sometimes we do habits because it's out of habit, obviously, and we don't know what else to do at the time, or we don't really think about how it's affecting our day and our mood. This could be something like scrolling on social media and following a bunch of people that make you feel bad about yourself or make you feel like you should be doing things that don't actually bring you joy. This could be drinking caffeine at weird hours that don't work with your body. I know if I drink caffeine past 3 p.m., I do not sleep that night. And for me, this is also making food choices out of convenience instead of out of planning. If I go out and I get fast food because it's easy and it's there and it's cheap, I tend to not feel great later. And I always just regret it. Most of the time, it's not actually worth it. That's completely unrelated to when you know, you get really crampy and PMSy and you need a burger and a milkshake. Don't judge me for that. That's different. So once you have sorted all of your habits out into goals, I like to go ahead and break my day up into chunks. It doesn't have to be small micro chunks, and it doesn't have to be really big chunks, just big enough that it is digestible, that you can actually look at this chunk of your day, whether it's 2 hours or 8 hours. I don't know how to math. It just needs to be manageable is what I'm trying to say. And this could be breaking your day up into a morning and night structure, a weekend chunk, things of that nature, or a workout day and a rest day. I was actually looking through my bullet journal to see how I've done this in the past, and I've gone from just having a one morning routine that was all I cared about to having like 6 different blocks. So whatever you need to break down your day so that you can focus on just that one section of the day will help a lot. Now that your day is broken into manageable bite-sized pieces, I really like to start mapping out my habits and a general flow of how things make sense and ways that I can follow them. I like to write it out on paper and also block it out on Google Maps. I have severe time blindness. I have no idea how long things take until I start tracking it in a calendar so that I can figure out where is all my time going and why am I always late to everything. And also writing things out really helps me to realize I'm sort of setting myself up for too much and that I'm not going to want to actually do, you know, all 15 to 30 steps of a morning routine in the morning when I just woke up and I don't even plan to drink coffee until step 28. That would sound insane, but I've done that to myself, and it just really helps you to visualize where you're going with your day. Make sure each routine block includes your need-to habits. Well, if you're like me, you'll forget to eat lunch every day for a week and then wonder why you have so much leftover salad stuff. Your want-to habits that make sense for that time of day, and time to prepare for the next block and transition into the next block. So an example of that could be setting out your clothes at night and, you know, setting up your coffee maker for the morning. It could be going grocery shopping and meal prepping on the weekend so that you have food for the week, getting ready for work or school in the morning. I also like to try and figure out start and end transition tasks to help me get into the next block. I really need to work on this. It's not my strong suit, but ever since I've made an effort, I've noticed some small things such as like turning on the lighting all of the candles and closing all of the blinds in the evening really helped me adjust to it is no longer work time, it is rest time. My last tip for coming up with your own routine is to readjust your routine as often as you need to. Personally, I do this about once a month, not because I am changing my routine every single month, but just to help reevaluate where I am and to make sure that I'm not forgetting to do things, because after about a month of it being written out in my bullet journal, it just sort of gets kind of hazy in my brain. So writing it down again just to helps to give it a better foundation. You'll definitely find that different seasons of your life, you need a different routine. I think for some people, a cozy routine might be, you know, crocheting on the couch for 6 hours a night. And for some people, it's drawing and giving yourself space to be super artistic and creative, which I don't know. I feel like some of the words that I'm wanting to say are not coming out very well. Cozy means different things to different people. Some of us might benefit from trying to create a well-structured and productive routine and schedule, and some of us might need to just have some vague steps and a general understanding of how their day goes. You might also find that there are times in your life where you need a lot more structure than other times, such as during the school year, you might need to have homework time scheduled out so that you remember to do it, whereas during the summer you don't need to wake up at 6 in the morning. There's no right or wrong way to do a routine as long as you're making sure that you're respecting your priorities, you're making sure that you're taking care of your needs and preventing burnout, and you're keeping yourself happy. I think the wrong way to do a routine is to overload yourself, burn yourself out, and make yourself miserable. And I also wanted to say there is nothing wrong with wanting to relax and enjoy a few hours every night watching Netflix. You do not have to be super productive, and having a routine can help us to be more productive. It doesn't need to be focused only on productivity. Your brain, your body, and every part of you needs rest and time to not think and not be focused on raising the bar of what you are able to output. So with that being said, I hope that this video was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed having a little bit of crochet time with me. Please make sure to hit subscribe and leave me a comment down below if you have anything else that you would like me to talk about related to routines, or if you guys want more crochet videos. Please make sure to hit subscribe, and don't forget to find the magic in the small things. Bye.